Let me take a poll. Who out there believes that the exterior of someone always accurately shows the internal goodness, kindness, and energy of their soul? Our universe is vast, and the life forms that inhabit the cosmos are so incredibly different in how they look and their energies and their missions. Now, I know my work is just scratching the surface of what life forms exist out there in the galaxies, but it still amazes me what I've experienced and seen so far. And whenever I meet a new galactic race, and I have no idea what I'm going to encounter, I must trust my gut whether a group is friendly or not. But when I met this group, I was at first taken aback by their startling appearance. But hey, Earth humans may look ugly or weird to other ET groups. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Now, there's no doubt that these beings look formidable, but they told me upon our initial introduction, "We look scary to you on Earth, but we are very nice." This intimidating exterior is intentional to assist them with their job of protection and enforcement. The intimidation factor is important when chasing down galactic bad guys wishing to do others harm. So let me introduce the Nofs, an undiscovered galactic species that is well known outside our planet as the guardians of cosmic balance for source energy. Hello and welcome. My name is Erin Lynn, and I'm an Akashic record researcher and Galactic channel. All this information presented here was gathered through the Akashic records, astral traveling to the planet to experience it for myself, interacting with these ETs, and then testing all my channeled information with my Akashic record reading clients who are starseeds from this realm. So in this video, we're going to focus on an alien race who are responsible for enforcing natural law or God's law at the universal level. This galactic race of energy police, if you will, inhabits a planet in an unknown and unmapped constellation in our universe. Now, I already did feature the Oceana Kah in a past video, and these beings are their neighbors. This medium-sized constellation is very far from Earth and is located at the edge of our universe. Those who live there refer to it as the Zavijava constellation. Now, this planet is the third brightest star in that constellation group. So if we had to assign it a Bayer designation, it would be Gamma Zavijava. And the beings who live there call their home planet Nof. And the beings are referred to as Nofs. Now, the Nofs are often traveling all over the universe, and I've read for several Akashic record reading clients with Nof starseed origins, and some of whom were a part of creating the Earth itself, otherwise known as blueprinters or Anunnaki. The Nofs tell me, "We protect the universe." So no, they're not handing out speeding tickets in space. Instead, the Nofs are very concerned with the universe remaining in appropriate balance. They are the boots on the ground for keeping the good, neutral, and negative energies in balance. Therefore, it's no surprise that they work closely with the Zavijavans, who I featured previously. And Zavijava provides the energy for this to occur, and the Nofs provide the muscle, as it were. So the Nofs take the universal natural laws or God's laws very seriously. Now, this is not to be confused with the excessive laws we humans on Earth must abide by, such as getting like a permit to put a swimming pool in your backyard or needing to have a driver's license, etc. No attorneys are needed to decipher or argue the laws of nature, as they are few, straightforward, and they never change. Since all our souls originate from Source or God, the natural laws are what's ingrained into our very essences as an innate moral compass that guides our behavior in life. So if I had to give it an earthly comparison, think of the 10 Commandments from the Old Testament in the Bible. Further, Nofs ensure that the universal laws are followed by other ET groups. They provide security for our universal borders. And this race is involved in the bigger picture of our universal system. And the Nofs showed me that they have their spaceships surrounding the border of our universe, essentially guarding it. And the Nofs are interested in Earth and its ascension, but they have a lot of ground to cover, so their focus isn't just here, although some Nof starseeds were involved in the creation of Earth itself. NOF UFOs are smooth, sleek, flat on the top, oval-shaped crafts. These UFOs are not large. They're just between about 200 and 250 feet, or 61 to 76 meters in diameter. These black crafts seem stealthy, yet intimidating all at the same time. There are windows all around the edge of the ships, kind of allowing a 360-degree view. But the windows are almost invisible when looking from the outside in. So the ships have incredible control and can stop, start, and turn in no time. It's like there's no maneuver that these UFOs can't do effortlessly. And they are completely silent. Not that they come into Earth's airspace much, but if they did, we'd probably never know it or see them. These crafts don't have any lights on while they're in flight. They're just dark. Only when they're landing on their own planet do I see 4 columns of white light that kind of come down from the bottom of the ship and shine towards the ground. There are no varied sizes or models of these NOF UFO ships. They just have countless fleets of these same crafts. And the planet NOF itself serves as the mothership and main docking area for these crafts. If the NOF spaceships were following another, that spaceship wouldn't even realize it until they were surrounded. Essentially, these crafts can outsmart and outmaneuver most other advanced UFOs. So the NOFs did not allow me to see much of what was inside their ships, as I suppose they want that to remain private. But the NOFs are very technologically advanced ET race who definitely embraces all the tech gadgetry in their daily lives. And their focus as a species is not on nature or the natural world, unlike other alien races I've made videos about before, such as the Alphirkians or the Porrimas. Many of you watching may have heard about the Galactic Federation of Light, or GFL. This is somewhat of a military faction made up of many participating ET groups from our universe. And those alien races that choose to participate will use their natural strengths to assist in our universe being safe and as peaceful as possible. The NOFs do participate in the GFL as well, but their role is really more expanded beyond the scope of that organization. The NOFs have even more ships and a larger presence consistently all around the universe, meaning they will not necessarily go to a mission or where help is needed, but blanket the universe to keep a close eye on everything. Special attention is paid to entities trying to enter our universal system from another universe who may not have the best intentions. So they're often the first line of defense deployed if something should go awry. And they will serve as gatekeepers to our universe, carefully selecting who or what is allowed in. NOF is currently and has always been in the 9th dimension. It is a benevolent and ancient realm. NOF is a physical planet inhabited by physical beings. When I do astral travel to visit to their planet, I feel weightless, as if it's so hard for my feet to even touch the ground, although I'm not in my physical body, but my astral one. And these beings live underground in technologically advanced bunkers, as if there weren't any surface structures at all. The only exception are the landing bays for their spaceships. And interestingly, that weightless feeling is not as present when I'm inside their underground dwellings. It's like my astral body can now walk normally. So I'm told that the NOFs don't spend much time on the surface of their planet. They monitor their vast fleet of crafts from the underground layers, and they have so many spaceships over such a huge area, I actually can't imagine how complicated it would be to keep track of everything. Living underground is first and foremost a preference for them. They feel as if they have more control, having everything kind of out of sight and not as accessible to visitors. It is also another layer of protection for the NOFs. Although it should be noted that their planet has never been invaded, nor has a war been fought on their realm. But the surface of their planet is habitable. They just have always lived inside their planet. And I can attest to their secrecy with their living environment. For the first time I visited there, I was met by a NOF being on the surface of their planet. And not until a subsequent visit was I brought underground. So once inside, the rooms are large, but the ceilings are low. And there's tracking screens and little flashing lights on the walls. And there are close-off rooms in which one needs a code to access. So while I never saw their living quarters myself, I was told that there are lower floors deeper inside their planet. And it's interesting that many of my Knopf starseed clients express that they've always thought living in an underground house would be a great idea. I even had one client who had worked as a coal miner in the underground mines and never had any fear about it. And some Knopf starseeds have even worked as literal police officers. Planet Knopf is larger than Earth, and it's so close to the physical edge of our universe that I can actually see the border clearly when on the surface of their world. Their horizon line is the universal border. The sky doesn't look like any other sky I've seen, as it has no sun, moon, or any clouds. Instead, their sky is like intense violet at the bottom, and then a thin, solid white line in the middle, and then a deep blue at the top. And I'm told this is how the external border of the universe looks like, all the way around our system. Now, the universal border looks kind of like a physical structure, and it's not easy to pass through. And I'm told that while the border is not physical in the way that we understand physicality, it is energetic. However, there are only dedicated portals or gateways or connections to other universes. So despite having a strong energetic border that almost appears physical, it's only passable in specific locations. And there are countless other separate universal systems. So it's not like, oh, there's only one or two others. There are universes that are not even bordering our system and are even further out. But regardless, it is a stunning sight to see. The exterior of their world looks to be covered in a moon dust. The ground is coated with this very fine dirt that's like powdery in texture, kind of like baking flour. And it's also light lavender in color. And this light purple hue of their ground is a result of the reflection of the deep violet lower horizon of the universal border. So apparently the dust on the ground is a light gray, but there's no trees or shrubs or anything that I can see as far as vegetation. And I've never really seen any animal life there myself, but there are some moon dust burrowing small rodent and insect creatures that live on the surface of their planet. Interestingly, the Knopfs have some physical similarities with their aquatic neighbors, the Oceana Kahs. While Knopf has no bodies of water on their planet, their land tentacles look like the Kah's water tentacles. Clearly, there's some DNA sharing between these two very different species of aliens. And they are smaller than us, about 4 feet or 122 centimeters tall. And the Knopf skin is somewhat wrinkly, it's pinkish gray in color, and they are hairless. They have 2 huge glossy black eyes that will stare back at you with an overwhelming amount of intelligence and wisdom behind them. Knopfs have just 2 holes for a nose and a wide mouth with many sharp teeth that stick out even when their mouth is closed. They will also have 2 thin tentacles that comes out of their mouth, and they can move around independently. So these mouth tentacles are also used as arms or hands, although they already have 2 arms without hands, but no visible legs or feet. And I will see them using all 4 of their extremities to push buttons and operate their technology. Knopfs walk around via levitation at approximately a foot or 30 centimeters above the ground. So I noticed when on top of their world, they seem to bounce around as my astral body did, but underground they levitate around more effortlessly. So let me know in the comments if you think the Knopfs look scary to you or not. The Knopf beings I've interacted with are not aggressive or mean in the slightest. They are kind-hearted, but they are abrupt in their communication style, and they're kind of get-down-to-business types. They like to handle a problem quickly, then wash their non-existent hands of it, and then move on to the next issue. So at my first impression, the Knopfs could be considered emotionless beings who are like very laser focused on the task at hand. But I'm struck by their tremendous wisdom and frank and direct way of sharing it. Their communications can sound robotic or digital in their inflections, although that would be an incorrect assessment of their true nature. They understand emotions very well and do have them, but they're guarded at first, and they only let down that kind of stoic facade when necessary or when they know you well. They remind me of like a strict teacher that's tough on you only because they care so much. So the Knopfs work in tandem with some of the highest dimensional species in our universe, including the well-respected Onkans, who I also made a video about. The average lifespan for a Knopf is 400 linear Earth years, and they have both males and females in their species. They do have families, but they don't necessarily live in a nuclear family unit as we do. The males and females generally live separately, and the females stay together and raise the offspring. Now, there are many more male than female Nafs, as the males are the ones that protect and perform these universal missions. And the females are more nurturing, although they too are still no-nonsense types. And the females will stay close to home. While this may seem sexist for such a high-dimensional and wise group, this is just what works best for them. And I'm told that the female roles are viewed as just as important as the male ones. It's just a different facet of life. The Nafs have a highly structured society and a structured form of planetary leadership. It's like a hierarchical cooperative council where only the most experienced rise through the ranks, since they are a group that is quite singularly focused on their mission. Their society has one leadership board that oversees everything. But life is free there, and they all have a role or a job in place that they're responsible for. So the leadership is tough yet fair, and never stifling to the individual freedoms of their population. In regards to the concept of natural law, do you feel as if you naturally have this moral compass ingrained in your soul, or was it a result of your upbringing? Let's discuss in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed learning about the Nafs. The other galactic races I have featured up to now have been more in line with what we on Earth would consider cute or more pleasing in appearance. And the Nafs are a powerful and helpful race of beings who are no nonsense in their demeanors, but possess tremendous kindness. So any ET groups mentioned here that I've made videos about before will be linked below in the show notes. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, kindly subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and enjoy my other videos highlighting other unknown galactic races in our universe. Should you want to have your Akashic record read by me, the link to the website is below. In the meantime, I love you all, and welcome to a higher dimension.